Project Cars 1 and 2 were designed to be racing simulators that used a racing wheel as their primary input. Although you could use a gamepad, it was not a good way to play. Project Cars 3 revamped the gamepad controls to make the game more accessible to more people, but at what cost? Have they gone overboard and made the gamepad controls too good, or is it just some marketing to get people playing? To answer the question, which one is better, you have to ask yourself, what do I want to get from the game? If you want to feel like you are really driving the cars, then the wheel is a choice for you. If you just want to jump into a game and have some quick races, then why not choose an Xbox or PlayStation controller? The wheel that I used in this video is a Logitech G920 and a standard wireless Xbox controller. To answer this question, I took 3 different cars and put them on 3 different tracks. Each race was 20 laps long, so I had time to figure out how to get the most out of the machine, as I wanted to start each event fresh and learn them with each input device. I did 3 controller races first and then all 3 wheel races after. First was an E-Class front-wheel drive run again at Bahrain in a layout. After 20 laps from both inputs, the wheel came out on top with a time of 1 minute 13 seconds .978, almost 3/10 faster than the pad. Over the 20 laps, the wheel managed to best the average lap time of the pad by 1.7 seconds, showing it was the most consistent. As the last corner proved to be challenging, the wheel had more finesse to tame the lift-off oversteer that the car loves to do. Next was the C-Class all-wheel drive 2016 Nissan GTR at Brands Hatch Indy. This time, the Xbox controller came out on top with the fastest lap and average lap times. The fastest lap with the pad was 49.2 seconds, 8/10 faster than the wheel and 8/10 faster over an average lap. The GTR loves to understeer and the pad takes advantage of that. It more easily finds the point where the grip is available to the front tyres, whereas the wheel felt a bit numb. It was guesswork to find where the grip was instead of feeling it through the force feedback that the previous games get right.
Fantastic, great win. You nailed it today.
The last is the A-Class rear-wheel drive BAC Mono at Donington Park National. With the wheel, the car was challenging but really fun when you get it right. The slightest input made the car tail happy, so you had to adapt your driving style to meet the car's needs, but that doesn't mean you can't push with it. It was just the right amount of crazy. With the pad, on the other hand, it felt normal. Because the game counter-steers for you, you don't get a feel for how insane and active the car really is. You can't feel how light and agile the car is, it feels too perfect. You may have gathered that the pad was quicker, well, not just quicker, it destroyed the wheel by 1.2 seconds and made a mockery out of it over the course of the race with 3.5 seconds on average per lap. This was down to the wheel being much harder to use, but with practice, the gap will reduce.
Amazing work, fastest lap of the race.
Well, that depends. If you are doing a race series with the same car from race to race with a healthy race distance, then it's the wheel, without a doubt. The more practice that you can get that is consistent, the better. The way that the game is set up though, a short race with one car to a short race with another car makes it harder to get a feel for the cars with the wheel. The pad is a much easier pick up and play device for this game. You can go from car to car and understand them really quickly. It also depends on what game you want Project Cars 3 to be. A gamepad will make it an arcade racer where you have less of a feel from the cars and the game becomes quite easy to play. A wheel makes the game a sim racer where you feel the weight of the cars, the bumps in the track, and the nervousness of the cars. Using a wheel makes the game much harder but much more rewarding. My adventures will continue with my trusty Logitech G920.